black with white. We'll see how Webster can handle the pressure on the perimeter. The coach of New Zealand, Nenad Vucinic, is an outstanding tactician. He was an assistant, longtime assistant to Tab Baldwin. Of course, New Zealand's seminal basketball event was a fourth-place finish in the 2002 World Championships in Indianapolis, where they beat Puerto Rico in the quarterfinals and finished ahead of a poor American team. So, but that is ancient history now, as a new generation of Kiwi players are now here in this Olympic qualifying tournament. If you're just joining us or you're new to the event, there are 12 teams here in Caracas. They'll play for 3 places. The top 3 will book flights to London. We're underway in the second game of the day in day 2 of the Poliedro in Caracas. And Alex Pledger tipped the ball out of bounds. I'm anxious to see him play, Jeff. I saw Pledger sparingly in the 2010 World Championships, where he was still developing. I'm told that he's improved tremendously from that period 2 years ago.
I think he was also in the team of Athens when he was just coming out, kind of a late bloomer. Yeah, I mean, these New Zealand players, you know, they don't want to make any excuses about who's not here. They expect to come out, compete.
Pledger played basketball, collegiate basketball in your part of the world, in Belmont Abbey College, just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, Division II school in North Carolina. Made famous by the fact that Al McGuire coached there.
Exactly. One more head coach as well.
So McCallum with the first scoring opportunity of the game. He's missed it, and it rolls out of bounds off the hand of Mika Vukona. And so, former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia will retain possession. First score is made by the number 5 for the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia. That is Vlado Ilievski with a medium range jump shot. They feed from McCallum. So it is the offense of New Zealand. It's disciplined. It's patient. The ball moves well. They'll open up scoring opportunities for themselves. And they're going to go deep in the shot clock in their first possession. Shot clock at 5. Here's Webster. Webster goes to the basket. It's swatted by Samardziski. We've got 1 second left. And the teenager with a rude introduction to basketball at this level.
Yeah, but did you see him cradle the ball at the end of the lane? I mean, it's showtime already for Webster.
So 1 second. Whoever's going to catch it's going to shoot it. It's Vukona. Does he get it off?
And a quick second.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Coach Vucinic is saying. It's a quick second. Remember, of course, that the shot clock should not start until the ball is touched in bounds. And usually 1 second gives you enough time to catch and shoot, which is exactly what Mika Vukona did. So it's man-to-man defense from the All Blacks.
I think in that case, they're looking to also potentially get an offensive rebound. Their advantage, the size problem that New Zealand are going to face.
So Antic goes right to work against Mika Vukona, draws the foul, and converts the bucket. He'll step to the free throw line. An opportunity to complete his and one.
Well, this is the real challenge for Mika Vukona. He's used to it. He's been like this for the entire career. He has to play the four. And while Antic will like to stay outside against most opponents, you can see he will get inside. Of course, you could see Henry on him as well. And Vukona chases down that ball.
He'll skip it to the corner to Tate. Tate will skip along the baseline. Back to Vukona. Next touch pass to Webster. Webster bisects the trap. Kicks to Tate. And Tate's three is on the way. It's no good. We've got a foul over the back against New Zealand. It is on Henry.
You know, if MKD can bounce back, you know, get some confidence, you could end up seeing a Russia, former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia quarterfinal. And they know they can play with the Russians.
We look forward to seeing the Russians play tomorrow in their final group match against the Dominican Republic. McCallum brings it up. He'll give it to Stoyanovsky. Stoyanovsky jump stops in the lane to Ilievski. Ilievski, shot's no good. We've got a foul here. If it's on Vukona, it's trouble. It's on the number 8 for New Zealand. 7, it's on Bukona.
So he's got 2 quick fouls.
That is trouble.
And that is a worrying development already for New Zealand. Captain goes to the bench.
So Truman steps into the game as a replacement for Bukona. Samardziski with a sky hook, won't go up. Antic with the rebound. And the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia imposing themselves on the boards. Antic's turnaround won't go.
And that's a good sign from Fletcher to get up there, those big ball hands, and bring that ball down. They need a presence inside.
Truman. Nice pass to Webster. Can Webster convert? No. The second chance opportunity is no good. And Tate needs to be better here. You know what, Jeff Taylor? This is an opportunity for Tate to take a charge. This is a hospital pass. And if Tate comes over and just establishes position right close to McCallum, he could have gotten a charge. Instead, he gets caught for a reach. So the foul goes against Lindsay Tate. And would you believe it? We haven't even played 3 minutes of basketball in New Zealand. They're in the penalty already.
That's a lot of fouls already for the Tall Blacks. Everard Bartlett, number 5, into the game. Coach is good news about him. Got to see somebody step up for the Kiwis.
So the second shot is good. 7-0 lead. And a turnover. Antic throws it ahead to McCallum. McCallum skips by Truman to the corner. Stoyanovsky. Ledger. Head to Tate. Ledger fills the lane, doesn't get it. This is Bartlett. Bartlett gets stripped by McCallum, and who's the foul on? It's on McCallum. Jeff, we've also been told again about 2 up-and-coming prospects for the Tall Blacks, Steve Adams and Isaac Fotu. Neither of them are here. They're on their way to University of the United States and started early so they can concentrate on their academics. So they said no to the Tall Blacks at this tournament.
Fotu's going to Hawaii, so he's going to be probably learning luau as well.
What a tough place to go to university, Hawaii. And he'll play with a player we saw, well, we didn't see last night, plays for Angola, Joaquin Valdez-Lucio, who didn't get in last night, but they'll be teammates at the University of Hawaii next year.
Well, this is just the tonic for the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia. They had a nightmare last night against Angola. It's got so their confidence rolling. I think they just want to get this win and get to that next, potentially the next round. Although they wouldn't be assured of it.
McCallum, so it's 9-0. And if the rot continues, Vucinic is going to have to get a timeout. New Zealand really need a good scoring opportunity here. They remain in the disciplined offensive sets. Fletcher to the basket, skip to the corner. Truman, the 3 is no good. Can he hustle after it? He does. Truman to Webster. Webster with a stop and go. He'll drop it inside. Loose ball. It's all very scrappy. The referees bring it to a close as we've got a foul here on a player from former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia. He's on number 15, so that is Samardziski.
Steps out.
That is nowhere near close.
Yeah, he's going to get a timeout for the next opportunity.
Samardziski goes to the basket, no good. Fletcher with the rebound. Webster around the back. And Bartlett to the cup. He can't convert it. But Stoyanovsky put his hand up to admit that he committed a foul that was never called. McCallum with the Euro step. It won't go. Now Stoyanovsky definitely commits a foul on that one.
Lindsay Tate didn't step into the charge, but he played great defense in that sequence. Came away with the ball. But, it's you can see there is some inexperience at this level for the Tall Blacks. And they've got to grow up quickly.
Yeah, they do, because at the moment they don't have any points on the board. They are facing a 9-point deficit. They are 9-0 down as we approach the midway mark of the first quarter. Webster. Truman up top. Webster gets it back. Bartlett. Bartlett with a good move to the basket on the left hand. And finally, Tall Blacks will get a chance to put some points on the board as Bartlett will go to the free throw line and throw it 2 times.
Stoyanovsky didn't like that call, but the rest of the play by Bartlett gets him to the free throw line. New Zealand fans, what they hope the first points of the Tall Blacks.
Well, Stoyanovsky owed the referee a foul because he put his hand up for one that he thought he committed that didn't get called. First free throw is missed. So still, Tall Blacks stuck on 0. Everard Bartlett opens the scoring for the New Zealanders, and there's a big shout to the arena as the local fans behind the Tall Blacks.
Tends to happen. Tall Blacks have a lot of fans.
That 3 is up and good by Stoyanovsky. So it is 12-1. Here's Tate. Bartlett on the left hand, going to the basket. And he makes a nice curl cut. Gets the pass. He goes straight to the rim on his left hand. That's a nice move by Everard Bartlett.
Well, he's got the idea that he can penetrate and get something, get it to the line. But more worryingly for this team, the Tall Blacks, is defensively what they're going to go for the Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia.
Yep, Everard Bartlett played in the World University Games in 2007 and scored 50 points versus China in the game. Struggling at the free throw line. He's 1 for 3 right now. Spending a lot of energy out there. So he makes 1 of 2 again. And it's a comfortable 10-point lead for the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia. McAuliffe top 2. Stoyanovsky. Kuchevsky. Shots up. Nice touch by the big fella as he makes the medium range jump shot. On excellent execution by the Yellows. Truman. That's no good. Fletcher corrals the rebound, and we've got a foul here against Todor Kuchevsky.
Kind of what we saw yesterday. Worked against the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia. It's actually working in their favor now. They had a good start. They have a timeout. They're relaxed. They're taking their shots and they're hitting them.
Yeah, but a good performance from the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia. Both teams will go to their benches. Both teams are in the penalty, so when we come back, Fletcher will shoot 2 free throws. So got Vucinic, who's been fairly nonplussed and composed, which you need right now, don't you? So Vucinic has been composed, and in situations like this, when your team is facing big deficits, and there's no sense shouting at people, is there? It's about trying to stay calm and collected and give some technical instruction that your team can really use.
The one thing that I think that this New Zealand team is lacking already, this team doesn't seem to have quite the same physicality that you would have seen from some of the other New Zealand teams in the past. I mean, the Taylor Camerons, the Dylan Butchers, the solid guy out there at the shooting guard spot. Really, it's I don't want to say it's lightweight because that sounds not very complimentary. But the Tall Blacks have to play tough, and right now they don't look tough out there, and it's easier said than done. You're going up against big guys from the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia.
So Fletcher makes both, and just to come back to those shooting percentages, Jeff, at the moment New Zealand are 0% from the field, from both behind and inside the arc. The points all coming from the free throw line. They're 4 for 6 from the line. Some zone defense now from Kiwis. McAuliffe misses, but Antic is in there, and he just powers it up. Terrific effort from Peter Antic.
Well, what you know. That's why it hurts to have Bukona out of the game, because he is the one player that does bring that toughness that the New Zealand desperately need, and it's obvious they're missing right now.
And finally, a basket from the floor by the Tall Blacks. It's made by Hayden Allen, who's a debutant, on a nice fade off a screen, good feed, and he makes the three, and it's 16-6. So a better passage of play here from the Tall Blacks. They stay in the zone. McCallum skips it, and Allen almost stole it.
Looks like he made it for 10 on that play. Don't want that to happen to the guy that just knocked down a jumper,
especially the shooting hand.
Good defense that time.
Mattis tries to throw it from a high to a low. Pledger gets his hand in the way.
Well, it's Truman that really caused the problems for Anthony. Kind of surprised him. That's what you want to see. They need to pick it up a little bit, the Tall Blacks.
So Tall Blacks are showing man-to-man defense now on the out-of-bounds play. Antic steps out and he drains it. Pito Antic loves to step away from the basket and shoot it. And 19-6 as the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia opened their largest lead at 13 points. Tate, Truman all by himself at the free throw line. Can't get it, can't get the rebound. Falls to the Tall Blacks, and Pledger with a little jump shot inside. That won't go. It's a 3-on-3 here. Stoyanovsky, maybe the ill-advised drive to the basket.
Looks like Pledger kind of rushed that shot for some reason, like when he get it up before it got blocked. I mean, he's a big man. He needs to get in there on himself and attack the basket, go to the basket, and try to get to the free throw line.
Pledger stands 2 meters 15, 7'1", to your right. It's going to be hard to block his shot, isn't it? Nice pass inside. And we've got a foul here. And this is on Stoyanovsky, so Stoyanovsky might be in some foul trouble. This is his second.
Well, you've got Damjan Stoyanovsky and his brother Stoyanovsky. It kind of makes you wonder if you have to guard one of these guys in a man-to-man. You can easily get confused and guard the wrong one.
Absolutely, and they were numbers close, 8 and 9 respectively. The foul is on Damian Stoyanovsky. It is his second, and his brother Voidan has 1.
Everard's having a real tough time at the free throw line right now. Thankfully, he's got another one. This is that one. That was a good play coming from behind. Was it Truman that knocked that ball away?
It was. Bartlett picks up the loose ball. The shot is off by Tate, and here goes Antic. And Antic with the send it down all by himself. And it's 21-16.
He was up so high, it looked like I almost hit his head on the rim.
Well, he can certainly get the Sunday newspaper under his feet. And speaking of getting up high, here goes McCallum. McCallum with a two-handed dunk as he got in the passing lane. It's 21-23. Check that to 6 as the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia are rampant here in the first quarter. And the Tall Blacks of New Zealand are reeling. Tate skips around the screen. Drops it inside the Pledger. Oh, and Pledger just does the old Wilt Chamberlain. Puts it right over the rim.
You know, I think the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia are going to be relentless in this game. If they can stay on top of them, see Casey Frank coming in shortly. Because they need to get as many points as possible just in case of a possible three-way tie.
Speaking of points, Skachevsky drains the three. It's 26-8. And the concern for the Tall Blacks is not only are they sputtering on offense, but they are generous on defense. And that's a bad combination. Pledger to Bartlett. Bartlett, the left-handed shooter. It's off the back of the iron. And Allen keeps it alive with active hands, but it will be a yellow ball. Checking in are Frank and Kenny. Tate and Pledger take their place on the New Zealand bench. Nifty move there by Vojan Stoyanovsky. I beg your pardon, that's Vlado Ilievski.
The hero of the game against Lithuania last year in the quarterfinals.
Ilievski showing an array of ball handling skills. Here's Stoyanovsky. Give it to the elbow to Tchaikovsky. That's no good. Allen spots up. That is nowhere near close. The rebound is grabbed by Stoyanovsky to Ilievsky. And over to Voidan Stoyanovsky. Ilievsky. Uses the high screen, spots up and shoots it. It's no good. Frank kicks it over here.
I'm almost surprised we didn't see Frank a little bit earlier.
Yeah, he provides that physical presence that you were talking about. You know, he's a tough, hard-nosed player. 5 seconds here in the quarter. Bartlett drains a three, and that'll be a good way for the Tall Blacks to finish the quarter. It's 26-11. Jeff, I was talking to journalist Paul Kennedy before the game, and he said, look,
Teams that lose the semifinals, they'll fight it out in the final. The winner of that game goes. But you know what's really interesting is watching that game yesterday, Angola, it almost seemed like the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia were knocked out of the tournament. It was such a disappointment for them in the way the whole thing transpired. And tournament play allows you to bounce back. And they've got the opportunity now against the Tall Blacks to bounce back.
That was a great game yesterday. It's a great day for African basketball with a win here. And, of course, it was a strange position for Angola to find themselves in. They're usually the Afro-basket winners, which guarantees them a place in the Olympics. And so they're trying to get to the Olympics the long way. Speaking of a long way, these players have traveled from New Zealand all the way here to South America. Allen. Rukona's come back in the game, and he lost the ball. That offense was disjointed by the Tall Blacks, but I think Vucinic is right to bring Vukona back in, even with 2 fouls.
He was trying to create there, but yet ideally, you know, the one player that seems to be able to get to the rack is Everard, so maybe make sure Bartlett gets his hands on the ball.
Some 1-3-1 zone defense here from the Tall Blacks as Vukona steps to the corner.
Allen just missed time to jump. Good job by Bartlett.
So Bartlett picks up the rebound. He'll keep it on the left side of the floor. Now he's got the mismatch. Vukona down into Ilievsky. This is good basketball here from the Tall Blacks. Nice basketball IQ from both Bartlett and Vukona. It's a sort of secondary break. They get the mismatch, and Vukona is guarded by a perimeter player inside, and he gets a touch and gets a foul as a result. So a better start to the second quarter for the Tall Blacks. Bartlett made his last three. That one is good as well. So Everard Bartlett doesn't want to shoot free throws. He wants to step away from the basket.
He's got some hang time, and he's got some long arms as well, which they need every inch of those, the Tall Blacks right there.
So the 1-3-1 zone defense has got 2 stops for the Tall Blacks, and the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia not able to unlock it. Vukona slides to the basket, and he missed the easy one, and he commits his 3rd foul. And I tell you what, I'm a commentator, Jeff, and I'm pulling my hair out, so I don't know how the coaching staff feels for New Zealand.
Well, you feel bad for Mika because clearly you go from pulling your team to within 10 points to headed to the bench.
Vukona will rebound for you. He'll score a little bit. But another bit of adversity here for the Tall Blacks. They stay in the 1-3-1. Active hands. That's a good way to do it, is to spread the ball out against the zone. And that 1-3-1 is really stretched on a skip pass. Stoyanovsky, Voidan Stoyanovsky drains the 3. Kenny threw the ball out of bounds. So what was a good start by the Tall Blacks has turned into a 4-minute, 15-point lead for the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia. Still the 1-3-1 from the Tall Blacks.
Well, you can see the Bartlett has the bit between the feet, but this is the end right here where they've got to get the job done. Looks like Frank falling the eye.
And the referee says play on. Frank said, listen, if I get hit across the nose, I want a call, please, sir. Bartlett going to use Truman. Little pass over the top of the head to Truman. Truman pulls the trigger. That's long. And I think
Georgi Tchaikovsky. So Casey Frank giving him some effort down that low post.
He gets that foul call he was looking for a moment ago, so the foul there is on Georgi Tchaikovsky. That is his second.
And if I were Nadad, I would have Bartlett out there as quickly as possible because he has a real idea. I just wonder why they don't try to play Webster and Bartlett together.
Webster has replaced Bartlett, as Jeff Taylor says, and Casey Frank with a medium-range jump shot. He rattles it home. It's good. 29-16. We've got body on the floor. Jeff, I can't see who that is. Can you make it out?
Yep, it's Stoyanovsky. Don't ask me if it was Damian or Voida.
Looks like, is he holding his knee
I
or
can't
is
even see the number.
he's winded?
He's pulling both of his legs up. I think it's Damian.
See if we can see it here.
It's Damian.
It's Casey Frank. You can see there the number 13.
Damian had a shot Stoyanovsky had the incredible game against Lithuania last year, where his three-point shooting was just in fuego.
The Eurobasket 2011 tournament, which was the coming out party for the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia. He finished fourth in that, losing in the bronze medal game to Russia.
It was spine-tingling stuff watching that national team last year.
Sokolov turns this corner, and I think McCallum must have stepped out of bounds. So McCallum has been moderately quiet by his standards. He has 6, Antich with 10. Everard Bartlett's got 8 for the Tall Blacks. And at the moment he finds himself on the bench.
Allen's got to do better than that.
He
He
does.
cannot make that pass.
Yeah, it's a case of he wasn't strong on the basketball, was he? He allowed himself to lose his balance, and then he threw up a poor pass. And there's a nice little jump hook inside by Guchevsky. So the 15-point margin has been reestablished. It's a comfortable lead for the Yellows of the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia. Frank steps out, and that three is up and good. And that's exactly the way the Tall Blacks like to play. Move the ball, set screens, find the open shooter, and make a three.
Well, it was only about 3 weeks ago. Casey Frank didn't even know if he was going to be in the team. Competing for naturalized spots in the roster.
And speaking of naturalized spots, it's the naturalized player for the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, born in New Orleans, McCallum. Kisses the glass and gets it down. Truman to Webster. He traveled. He is mercurial, though, isn't he, Webster? First chance I've had to see him play. I read a bit about him before we got to the tournament, and got a reasonable start.
Well, he hasn't done too much right, but you can see flashes of his ability. He'll get better from his experience, without question. But you talk about a kid that asked for permission to go to the high school ball during training camp, and this is what, so you got to put it into perspective. He's out here learning. But certainly an exciting talent.
McCallum, no love from the rim. Kenny gathers the loose ball, throws it ahead to Webster. Oh, Webster, and you're exactly right. He's just trying to do something before he realized what he was doing.
Nazi is really in pain over there. I hope he's okay. Behind that former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia bench, bending over, might be at the back, hip or something.
Get some treatment from the physio. Antich to Guchevsky. Guchevsky's going to try and back down Frank. Frank standing strong. Guchevsky, nice move in the lane. It's no good. Frank picks it up. He'll give it to Webster. Nice pass to Kenny on the side. The three's on the way. It's no good. Frank gets after it.
Leon Henry had the three. But maybe put the ball on the floor, go to the basket again.
So we approach the midway mark here of the second quarter. It's a 14-point cushion for the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia. They have led by as many as 18. Ilievsky, guarded by Webster. Webster active. He commits the blocking foul. So So that is the second team foul for New Zealand.
Ilieski is crafty. Saw him get a couple of fouls on three-point attempts yesterday.
He twice, didn't he? That's exactly right. McCallum threw a pass inside to Samardziski. Samardziski couldn't get on the other end of it. Goes down as a turnover. Here's Kenny across the timeline. Jared Kenny, number 6. Webster curls around the screen, steps through the lane, up, over. No good. And a putback. I think, is it Truman who's going to be accredited with the basket? Let's have a look. It's Webster. Webster with the putback. Exactly right. No, I beg your pardon. Webster with the miss. They're going to give it to Frank. Frank with a tip-in on the putback. So it's 33-21. 12 points. New Zealand are in it. As both teams go to the huddles and they'll get some instructions from their coaches. We're looking inside the huddle of the Republic of Macedonia. That is Coach Zofsky. You see there, of course, Zofsky taking over the reins of the team. He was an assistant in Eurobasket 2011.
Taking over. Like a conductor in front of the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia fans when they were singing. It was really surreal atmosphere around this team last year. And much like people side with the New Zealanders whenever they play, you know, most of the neutrals were pulling for the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia last year.
Of course, Eurobasket 2011 was hosted by Lithuania, and we will see them in the last game tonight. Lithuania versus the host, Venezuela, which we're all hoping is going to be a fantastic game. So it's zone defense again from New Zealand. That's twice now they've come out of a timeout and shown zone. And Antic strolls right down Main Street and lays it up and in. And I don't know where the foul comes from, but it was poor defense from the Kiwis.
Well, Antic has really made it look incredibly easy today. He has been able to penetrate just almost as if it's a layup drill.
Foul is on Casey Frank. And as coaches like to say, look, if you're going to foul a guy, make sure he knows about it. That had no effect on Antic going to the basket, did it? Webster, speaking of going to the basket, Webster strolls right down Broadway and lays it up and in. And so there's those flashes of brilliance that you mentioned, Jeff Taylor, as he explodes to the basket.
Well, it's reminiscent of Bartlett, actually, and I think if you had both of them out there, you would have two options. Went right at that MKD defense.
To Sokolov in the corner. His 3 attempt is no good. Frank with the rebound, and Antic fouls him, and then
Frank is playing absolutely terrific. He really is.
Antic sportingly offers Casey Frank a hand up.
Almost think that if Frank had started this game, New Zealand would certainly not be trailing by 13 points.
Well, here's
kind of set the tone since he's been out there.
You're exactly right. Here's a player that we're both anxious to see who's checked into the game now, Jeff. This is Robert Lowe, the number 12 for New Zealand, who had an extremely effective Under-19 World Championships in 2009 when they were held in New Zealand.
John Henry.
Shot so good. And there's Frank. And Frank is active on the offensive glass, doing the types of things that you mentioned. He might be considered unlucky that he doesn't get the ball here.
I think he was. But you know, he has that combative quality. I'm surprised his place was in question for that naturalized spot, but they quickly resolved it. They invited the other guys into training, I think.
Stoyanovsky to Antic in the corner. Antic's going to go at the collegiate Lowe. And Lowe comes up on top of that little mano-a-mano. Pass ahead to Kenny. Lowe, can he convert it? He does. Nice fast break. And you know what, Jeff? We talk about this a lot. You know, Kenny defends on one end of the low post, and he hustles down to get on the end of the fast break. Terrific play.
It really was in New Zealand. You know, they really dug themselves the hole, but they're only down by get a couple of stops, a couple of baskets. Right there.
Robert Lowe's coaches in St. Louis are watching. They'll be pleased.
Lindsey Frank has absolutely carried New Zealand for the past 5-6 minutes.
So Pledger checks in. Here's Antic. 11 in it. McCallum with a spin and in. Bo McCallum showing why he is a prolific scorer. The Alfonso Ford Award winner in EuroLeague this season for the top point getter. And there's a tough spin move in the low post.
It's tough. Obviously, he's not really tall. He could probably help an NBA team.
Yeah, McCallum stands, they list him at 6 feet 182. I'm not sure. He might be a shade under that.
Remember Muggsy Bogues was, what, 5'3"?
Absolutely. Muggsy Bogues,
different player, different position, but I think McCallum's probably faster than Muggsy.
That's the rap on McCallum, isn't it? That he's undersized. Speaking of undersized, Pledger, the 7-footer, goes up and he gets fouled, so the basket will not count. I think Pledger will go to the free throw line.
I love Antic. His demeanor out there is priceless. He really is a gentleman. You know, he's not a dirty player at all. And if he commits a foul, he doesn't think it's a foul. He's not going to really complain big time, and he'll look at you and say, come on.
True sense of justice that Antic has. And so maybe some justice in his own mind as Pledger misses both free throws. So the lead is 14. And, you know, New Zealand will carve into the lead, and then they'll find themselves down again. Antic to the corner. Ilievski, the left-handed sharpshooter. It's up. It's no good. And Antic keeps it alive. And we saw this last night as Antic lays it up and in against Angola. Antic was ever so active on the offensive boards.
Good job by Kenny getting the contact there. Samardziski can't believe it. Probably got a point. That's what he's supposed to do. Hit center, raise his arm. But, I mean, right now with Para Antic, it's a case of man against boys. He really does look like, called by the referee. It really is like the father out in the driveway playing with his son and abusing his son. I mean, he's unstoppable. So I'm sure that New Zealand will be happy to see Para Antic go to the bench.
So Kenny steps up, makes the first free throw. Jared Kenny plays for the Bayhawks in the New Zealand National Basketball League. And two picture-perfect free throws. I think he needs to work with Bartlett in the shoot-around tomorrow.
Now we've got Bartlett and Webster. So you've got two guys that can put the ball on the floor and go to the basket.
We've got a minute and 40 seconds to try and carve into this 14-point lead. Ilievski turns the corner. He's blocked by Pledger, but, you know, we talk about that soft defense by New Zealand. Ilievski just turns the corner and strolls right down the lane without anybody rotating over from a help position. So Vlado Ilievski from Lokomotiv Kuban. He will be a teammate of Nick Kalatis, we learned yesterday. Kalatis from Greece is heading to the Russian Super League, so he will leave Panathinaikos.
Ilievski's been around. He's played a lot of different places. I remember him playing for Portugal Bologna. Excuse me, Bologna.
This is the second.
Barcelona. I think he was the famous replacement for Serge Jasikevičius after the 2003 EuroLeague.
It is a great drive. You know, he sets it up with the fake to the right, and he goes left, and it's a polished finish at the end. Very, very good move by Lindsay Tate. So there's 12 in it. Can New Zealand get it under double digits before they go into the changing room at halftime? Tchaikovsky to McCallum. McCallum elevates, and he kisses the window, and it's in. McCallum puts it up high off the backboard with a little bit of English, and it's in. And Bo McCallum, that's twice now he scored from that low post position. He can really get off the floor.
we've seen enough from New Zealand to know that they can bring back into this game. But they've got to be able to get some stops. It's the shooting guard can drive in and do what Bubba Taylor does. It's also difficult.
Yeah, he's hard to guard, and so you think you've got him bottled up on the perimeter, then all of a sudden he goes inside, and he must be a nightmare to guard. You're right, Jeff. You know, since it was their first 5 minutes when New Zealand came out and couldn't score, which has put them in behind the 8 ball. But since then they've been reasonably solid, and sometimes showing flashes of very good play. Exactly 1 minute to play, as there's a 14-point differential between these two teams.
Remember Kevin Strickland?
Vaguely. Who did he play for? You mean Rod Strickland? Rod Strickland.
Yeah, Kevin Strickland played it too. Rod Strickland.
I do, of course, yeah.
Is that him sitting to your left?
Wow.
He's part of John Calipari's coaching staff. I didn't realize it.
Rod Strickland, of course, played for DePaul. Did he play for Ray Meyer?
Joey.
Nice pass inside. The shot's up and no good. And is this on Pledger over the back? And Bartlett puts his hands on his head and he acknowledges his teammates. He knows he got a good scoring opportunity. He just couldn't finish it.
Not going to get a better shot than that.
So that's a program, Jeff, that has gone by the wayside, hasn't it, DePaul? They've had such tradition there. Mark McGuire and Strickland. They were powers when they were independent. They've gone to the Big East, and they find themselves generally at the foot of the Big East table. But it's a heartland of basketball in the Chicago area. Sometimes they lose so many of those players up to other places, don't they?
Tough to stay on top. Recruiting battles, everything else.
So Lowe, speaking of college, from the St. Louis University, he can't get his three to go. And it's a hustle play that keeps it alive, so New Zealand will get the ball on the end line. 28 seconds to play. And a fresh shot clock.
Well,
ooh, this is trouble.
And Michaela's going to go over and see if it's okay. Good hard play from Michaela.
Empty Tate let out a howl, didn't he? So he's going to step to the free throw line.
Not a bad play for New Zealand because they might just get it back to the world for other opportunities.
So there'll be a 3-second differential between shot clock and game clock.
Frank come back in.
So New Zealand will show some press as they'll try to hurry the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia along. Webster's up the floor. He's going to shepherd McCallum up the floor.
Good coach, Pledger for 2 fouls. Frank, 1 foul.
Yeah, very good. He's a good tactician, is Coach Nenad Vucinic.
Also, get Frank out there. It's probably better than
Ilievsky. Stop, go, kick. Nice basketball to Kuchevsky. He shoots it as the shot clock goes off. And that is excellent basketball from the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia. They shoot at the death of the shot clock and they deny an opportunity for the Tall Blacks to come back. So going into the changer.
The demand is higher for New Zealand. And I'm a bit disappointed you didn't put the percentages next to the point output. I didn't quite get that far. You're right, the demand is greater for New Zealand, which means they're going to have to pay a higher price and put in more effort to try and get themselves back in that. I think we might be beating this economics analogy to death. Going back to college.
Well, you're certainly better than my economics students because they would be asleep by now. We hope that you're still with us because we're ready to start the third quarter. Here it is the Republic, the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia in yellow, and it is New Zealand in black, right down into Pero Antic, who's going at Mika Vukona, who's got 3 fouls. Vukona stands well. And then we've got a 3-second call on Antic.
Good start by New Zealand. The big one is also the Woody Stoyanovsky on the floor.
might have got away with a travel. He throws it to the corner. Henry can't get it down. The first scoring opportunity for both sides. No begging. And another miss. Tate picks up the rebound. Throw it to Webster at the top. And Webster will settle New Zealand down for the characteristic sets. Tate on a nice fade. Maybe one pass too many, as Tate had a good look and tried to thread a pass through the paint. That's right. We talked about how important the bounce pass is to set up a scoring opportunity. Again, there's a rim on the basket for both teams. I beg your pardon, a lid on the basket. There's always a rim. The lid remains on top. The frustration, the front of there. There's a foul here on Stoyanovsky. Fordham Stoyanovsky, the number 8. And it's end-line ball for the Tall Blacks. So it's All Blacks. Webster. There's a double team on Webster. Gets swallowed up. Like you say, did he break the play? Well, especially as a big, tall player who really smothered Webster. I'd like to see the referee let that go on. Oh, definitely. Yeah, this is an excellent call by the referee as Bukona pushed off on his way to the basket. I completely agree with this call, Jeff. We'll see if we see it again in the replay. This is the 4th foul for Kona. Probably the 4th yeah. He's played all of 6 minutes so far. I think he's trying to force it. And, Webster can get in there, 8% trade as well as Ilyaski shot's no good. Pledger skies through the rebound, gets the rebound, but he breaks a cardinal rule, which is he saves it under his own basket. Who gets it but Antich? Antich can't finish. It's been a sloppy start here to the second half. Tate trying to make something happen. Bounce pass to Truman. Truman's shot's no good. Pledger with the rebound, and he gets fouled. So the Kiwis will get a chance to put some points on the board at the free throw line. This is certainly like deja vu. This is how the first half started. Well, this is right now out of the same process as last year. Better, better. Look at better. He certainly doesn't look out of place in terms of his ability, does he? No, you're exactly right. His skill set's okay. His athleticism is above average. It's his decision making at the moment, which needs improvement. But these minutes are money in the bank, aren't they? As far as New Zealand basketball goes, they did left the door open. Here's a textbook screen and roll as McCallum throws that bounce pass that Jeff Taylor was talking about right down the lane to Kuchevsky, picks it up and lays it in. So NKD reestablished that 13-point lead. Truman took a long look. He missed it. Here's Webster. Oh, nice move as he finishes with some aplomb off the window. Ilyaski might have gotten away with a push-off that Bukona was called for.
Yeah, Ilyaski will use that elbow. There's Tate.
Caleb just slices himself right to the cup and lays it in.
Still only a 13-point lead. But Zealand can't trade baskets. And turnovers everything into their play right now.
Yeah, it's been a difficult passage. The All Blacks have got 14 turnovers.
Just 4 turnovers.
Yeah, right on cue. The guys in the truck are listening to us. Antich with a show. Now he's going to back down. Truman can't score.
He made it look easy early. Now that's a good play to Tate. He's had moments where of explosiveness, Tate.
Yeah, he's improved since I saw him in the 2010 World Championships.
This is what I like, to get Frank back into the game early. Give yourself a chance to get back into the game. Team. Need his toughness in there.
Former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia just can't kill it off, can they? Do it just enough to keep that kind of 12, 13 point comfortable lead, but killer instinct is certainly lacking. And you underestimate the Tall Blacks at your peril. Webster with a travel. So another turnover, 15.
You could just feel it. He's so close to being there, Ty Webster, but it's a different level that he's playing at. He's never played at this level twice.
Well, let me just bring you up to date here, Jeff, with some statistics we got from Paolo Kennedy earlier. We just watched this passage of play. It's about Webster. McCallum to Ilievsky to Antich. Antich is going to go at Frank now. So your point is a good one. It's all about levels, isn't it? And so Webster played in the New Zealand national finals. Last year as a 16-year-old, he played in the under-19 finals and scored 42 points in the final, giving away 3 years. And then again, later on that same year, he played in the under-21 championships and scored 29 points in the final. So this is where he needs to be, right? Playing with men, he's too good for his age group, and so this experience will only make him better.
That was a little shifty move from Bo McCaleb just to get right away from him. Get that lead back to 15.
Tate to Frank. Frank's shot is no good. Ilievsky down the sideline. Antich wants it in the low blocks. He's going to step out now. Here's McCallum. Oh, McCallum got away with a carry. That shot is up and good, and that's Kaczewski. And there's the killer instinct we're talking about. Now it's 18 points. It matches the largest lead that MKD have had. But they recover back on defense and commit a foul against Henry. So Henry will go to the free throw line with a chance to put 2 more on the board. Henry plays for the Otago Nuggets and the New Zealand Breakers. New Zealand Breakers play in the Australian National Basketball League, which is a full-time professional league. It's the one team in New Zealand that is fully professional.
It's a good team. It's the powerhouse in the NBL.
Kirk Penny has played there at different points in his career. So again, some zone defense here from the Tall Blacks. This time it's an even front zone, 2-3. Stoyanovsky, medium range jump shot is no good. Ledger tips it. Bartlett picks it up. Here's Pledger. He'll hand it off to Tate. Tate looking for a cutter. Now he's going to step in, drop it to Bartlett. It won't go.
Tate does a good job. I thought he held on to it a little bit too long there. Couldn't get the 3-second call, but he seems to find the open teammate. He's a pure point guard in that respect, isn't he?
He is a pass-first, shoot-second point guard.
He's almost a pass-only point guard, unless he gets the ball in transition or if he has an open pass to the basket.
Lindsay Tate with 4 points so far today. Bartlett, who struggled at the free throw line in the first half. Gerard Bartlett has 9.
Really need Henry to get on track. Somebody other than Bartlett. Just frustrated.
Bartlett is 3 for 8 from the free throw line.
It's frustrating. Anytime you see players get to the lane early, they don't call them.
Well, remember, of course, if the basket is scored and there's no advantage gained, there's no violation.
Good play by Tate to come down with that ball. And Yepke maybe got away with one.
There's Tate. In transition, exactly right. Got his points in transition, as you said. You know, probed the defense, got to the middle of the lane, shot that little 8-foot jump shot. So a good play from Lindsay Tate. So still the 2 front zone from New Zealand. Frank steps to the corner. Tate. And good movement, good ball movement by the MKD players. They find the open shooter. 16-point difference.
Ilieski's showing signs that he's coming around. Ilieski that we saw last summer.
Oh, Tate with a terrific bounce pass inside the Pledger. And Pledger finishes it off, and he'll get called. Rewarded with an and one.
Yeah, great transition by Pledger. And really, Tate has been the player that's kept the game here in the third quarter.
So Alex Pledger will step up and he'll try to finish off.
That's the key, is that you've got to use your team without the ball. You've got to find open spaces, and you've got to take what the defense gives you.
So Pledger, nice touch from the big fella. So this is an interesting move now. So Mika Bukoni comes back into the game with 4 fouls and 3:30 to play in the third quarter, but I think you're almost forced to do it, aren't you, if you're the New Zealand coaching staff?
Well, whoever he's going to guard will probably, if they're in the zone, he can play.
That will preserve him a little bit.
Can't be silly.
And Antic shows all of his understanding, because he went and put his back on Bukona, knowing Bukona's got 4 points. Doesn't get rewarded with a touch.
Casey Frank, a little unlucky on that one, trying to box out. Is that a shot? Is that an air ball? He couldn't do anything else, and he had the foul call, trying to keep Samardziski away from him.
Here's Antic. Man-to-man defense now from the Tall Blacks. Tate. Bukona, Antic steps out and shoots the 3, so he doesn't put it on the floor to try and test the soft defense of Bukona. Bukona set a devastating screen.
He did, but he's got to be careful. You know, he's got the 4 fouls.
Tate, step back, look in, turns it over.
Tate trying to do too much that time. Force it. Now, what is he going to do with the ball? He gets it in that position.
So man-to-man defense now from the Tall Blacks. They've come out of the zone. Antic, he's frustrated. Antic is so frustrated now at Ilieski. He walks to the corner, and quite rightly so, because he went down on the low blocks. He posted up the Kona, and Ilieski looks at him, and Antic just walks to the corner and shakes his head in disbelief. Ilieski now having a chat with the coaching staff. You can see the back of the coach of Casey Frank, but Ilieski talking to the coaching staff about why did you throw it into the big fella.
What's interesting is ordinarily you wouldn't be thinking about this, but I certainly am, because I can see how this could pan out. You could see New Zealand come back if they weren't able to win this game and beat Angola tomorrow. I'm not saying they will, but they could. That would create a three-way tie, and that's when the points differential will come into it. So they need to keep this game manageable.
You're exactly right.
Give themselves a chance.
Yeah, they need to play right to the end and stay as close as they can. Even if you lose, you still might have new life. You can keep the loss.
Because right now, MKD are -4, and Angola are +4.
Here's the motion. Low with a velvet touch from outside. That 3 is up and good. So it is back to 11, 57-46, and the Tall Blacks showing the same sort of stick-to-itiveness that we saw from the Koreans in the first game.
Oh, we got the All Blacks legend, Taylor Cameron on the bench. We'd like seeing the big man step outside and take a look like he used to.
Well, I just noticed Cameron. I don't know how I missed him earlier. He's hard to miss, but I can see him now.
He really played in England as well.
He played for the Chester Jets. Off the back of the iron. Samardziski. Samardziski headed to Leotivos Ritas.
Well, he was there last year.
Okay, sorry. So this would be his second year there. So in the Lithuanian league. We will see tonight. Stay with us.
Bacona free throw line. Bad shot. We need to see Lowe in there more. He's looking like he brings something to the table for the All Blacks.
Just made his last shot. Let's see if they go back to him. Lowe sets a screen. Pops to the base, to the top. That pass by Bartlett goes to the scorer's table.
Sometimes they make things too hard. I mean, they keep harping on it. Lowe, for example, has shown that he can hit three. Give him another touch. Get something going. I've never seen it happen so many times. Get away from something that's potentially good. Taking crazy shots, crazy drives.
Got it right.
To the simple spot-up jumper.
And now the 1-3-1 from New Zealand. They've been changing their defenses to try to unsettle MKD. But Samardziski splashes into the high post and gets that shot down. Remember, of course, you can see all of the games on FIBATV.com. Wherever you are watching in the world. Kona, nice play. He does everything right. Again, he fakes the handoff, goes to the basket, gets his own miss and puts it up and in, and then one. Well, we saw that in the first half, too. He missed an easy layup, didn't he?
Well, my understanding is that he doesn't shoot as well when he's playing in the NBL, but he always shoots a lot better while playing for New Zealand, but he's struggling a little bit today. So he's getting the bad shots out of the way today. Ready for
well, would you believe that is his first basket of the game? So he's got more fouls than baskets than points right now.
He made tough work of that as well.
So now if he makes this and he missed it. Oh. It's a bar of soap right now is the ball. McCallum picks it up. Good question.
There you go.
That's it. So now, can the Tall Blacks get it to 10? Kenny, it's that crazy play we see again.
Making it unnecessarily hard.
Stoyanovsky might make them pay. He front ends his three-point shot. There's 16 seconds left. Does Bartlett know? He does. So he's going to pull it out. We'll get a last scoring opportunity now for New Zealand. Bartlett strokes it, no good. Antic with the rebound. And so after three, the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia lead 60-48 over New Zealand.
See the body language there with Antic,
the Tall Black perimeter players. But still the game's in the balance. There's 12 points. And McCallum with a double-double, 17 points and 10 assists. So that's a double-double the hard way. Usually you see the big guys get it with points and boards. So McCallum is both the scorer and the provider. Boy, what a great teammate, huh? Guy you can give it to and say, hey, get me a bucket. But you know he's going to find you when you're open later on. Speaking of open, Lowe, wide open, and he drains the three.
Case in point. He did it once before. He comes out, he does it again. And you know what I like about that? He's taking the shot with confidence. So clearly, we need to find him the next trip down the floor.
Yeah, he's got 2 threes. Speaking of a three, the three from the corner. That's up and over the backboard. It's no good. It touched the top of the backboard. And
that's what Pedro Cameron is saying on the bench.
Yeah. Usually you go over the top of the backboard. It's out of bounds.
I was just about to say they called a break in New Zealand, and in the end it was actually MKD that called a break.
And McCallum elevates. He goes up, puts in the putback. You just have to be aware of where he is at all times on the floor. And that's a classic case when you're playing zone sometimes. You don't have man-to-man responsibility, so you don't know who you're supposed to block out.
That was a tough trip down the floor for the Tall Blacks.
Here's Bartlett. Bartlett shoots that over the outstretched arms of Krzyzewski, but it's short.
Again, I hate to keep harping on it, but I will. Lowe is the man. Find him.
Caleb, 1-3-1 zone from the Kiwis. Stoyanovsky, and he spreads out, and there's the penetration, creating the angle, making myself available to a teammate. Stoyanovsky drains a three, 14 points.
All this following the fortuitous bounce that went the way of MKD. It's really You can see it's just shifted momentum. McCaleb got the follow, and Stoyanovsky the 3.
Caleb loses the handle, but hustles after it and gets it back. Shot clock at 10. Caleb steps back up, kick it out, around and out, no good. That three-point attempt by Gachevsky. Here's Kenny. He's fouled by Stoyanovsky. Stoyanovsky is very quick to admit that he's committed a foul.
Stoyanovsky doesn't like that foul. First.
But it is Damian Stoyanovsky's fourth. So both the Stoyanovsky brothers have got 4 fouls. Oh. Is that going to prove interesting? Allen spots up. His shot is short. Good look, open look. Allen can't get it. So now they're going to change defenses, and the Tall Blacks will go into man-to-man defense. Nievsky behind the back. Chevsky gets it back. Probing the defense. This foul's going to go against Jared Kenny.
I think the way I feel about this is that the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia have done just enough to allow New Zealand to stay in the game. New Zealand have not done just enough to get themselves back into it, if you know what I mean.
I do. It's well said. Oh, McCaleb with a duck in and out and a left-handed jump hook to finish. As McCaleb is really starting to fill it up. Look at his point total here.
Okay, this is a dangerous moment here, and it's a good timeout for Nene Vujinic, getting back to the issue of keeping the score manageable. You may not be thinking about points differential, but
So we're back here at the Poliedro, and Jeff Taylor trying to remind Coach Vujinic about the importance of keeping this game close. And it's a 16-point differential. I would say that the Tall Blacks are still thinking about winning this one. 7 minutes left. They can still get themselves back in it. But if you don't win it, you certainly want to keep it as close as you possibly can in this tournament format. We are still in the group stages. These 3 teams in this group. It's the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, New Zealand, and Angola. Angola won the opening group game last night, 88-84, against this same former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia team you're seeing today. Pass down to the short corner. Antic. So again, the Tall Blacks come out of the timeout in zone. It's 1-3-1. And that is not so much a foul as a mugging by Jared Kenny. Ilievsky. Stoyanovsky, he loves to spot up in the corner, doesn't he? Right down to the short corner. Gachevsky. This is an excellent way to break the zone. Find a short corner, and Gachevsky just steps into the lane and puts it up and in.
Well, Ex-Pledger's going to have to come in and I feel like Lowe is underutilized in this team, and possibly from a defensive standpoint, he's not so much a liability, but he that's where he's got to improve the game.
You're right, and I'm surprised by the substitution, because Lowe's made a couple of jump shots. You would have thought, can you bring Lowe and Pledger together and put Vukona on the perimeter, for instance? I know the New Zealand team likes to play with 3 perimeter players. There's McCaleb with great anticipation. He's off to the races, up and in. And McCaleb can really elevate, can he?
That was another turnover by Webster. Just comes into the game. And careless with the ball.
So now it's 21. This is the largest lead that the former Yugoslav Republic Macedonia team have had.
It's gotten really ugly here in the past 3 minutes. It's really, it's about, they're not going to win this game now. They've got to somehow sneak their way back into contention.
So Damian Stoyanovsky, judged to have committed the foul. That is his 5th. He will play no more part in this. He finishes with 6 points. Webster. Truman gets a look at it, and that's up and in. Jeremiah Truman with the 3.
That was a 2. He was just inside.
Foot on the line, was he?
Truman's been sitting over there on the bench for a while, so some energy on the defensive end.
Antic tries to dump it down into Samojiski, but just a little bit too high. Goes out of bounds. Webster to Pledger on the screen and roll. Can he finish? He can't, but with the putback, Alex Pledger on a textbook screen and roll. Nice pass by Webster as he feeds Pledger going to the basket.
I like the fact that he followed his own shot. Liam, so back to 17, signs of recovery.
Yeah, Pledger's showing good mobility, and he's a bit more athletic than when I saw him a couple of years ago, so all credit to him for continuing to improve. So it's a 17-point difference. 72 plays 55. We're getting a look there at Coach Marian Rozovsky. He's going to talk his team through what he wants on offense here. High point man right now in the game is Bo McAuliffe with 23. The top scorer for the Tall Blacks is, would you believe it, it's Alex Pledger with 11 points. Has 11 and Everard Bartlett has 9. But there's balanced scoring from the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia team. Kuchevsky has, Todor Kuchevsky has 16, Kiro Antic has 15. Kuchevsky. To the wing to McAuliffe, down into Antic. Antic, oh, he muscles it up and in, and he punches the air with his fists as he goes at Truman. Goes to the free throw line for his and one.
He looks to me like really the one player today that when he really puts his mind to it, he can pretty much do what he wants to do. Unstoppable. Sometimes I just wonder if Antic needs to be a little bit more assertive with his game. Antic misses the and one. It's back iron. We are just past the midway mark of the fourth quarter. Just under 5 to play. Some zone defense here now from the Yellows of MKD. Truman can't keep the missed shot alive. Out of bounds. Truman played some collegiate basketball at the University of Alaska in Anchorage, the top Division II programs in the U.S. We'll have the preseason classic.
The Great Alaska Shootout.
That's it.
So the foul now will send Ilieski to the free throw line. So Vlado Ilieski played with former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, Eurobasket 2000, I beg your pardon, 1999. Can you imagine that? When they finished in 13th place.
He's been around.
32-year-old. So from 13th place to 4th place shows a measure of the improvement of the basketball in the country.
All these guys are heroes back home. Remember what happened last year.
Webster into the high post. Yeah, 2-3 zone. Henry to Truman. Some nice inside-out play. Truman rattles around the 3. Won't go for him. Caleb brings it across the timeline. That was better from the Tall Blacks. A better bit of understanding about how to penetrate and pitch. Ilievsky is open like church on Sunday on that one. Nobody near him, and he absolutely drains it.
Got an interesting release, doesn't he? Kind of like a jump push shot.
Yeah. Webster, that shot's off. Henry with the rebound. Truman. They're all lining up to shoot him now.
And it's 23, the deficit. So I think New Zealand had some opportunities in the second half that they didn't capitalize on. Now they're paying the fiddler, so to speak.
McCallum can't find an open man, so he tries to put it up himself and then commits a foul. McCallum looking at Samardziski as if to say, hey man, you got to make yourself open. Give me a target. McCallum commits his 3rd foul. But we can't fault the Tall Blacks for effort. They've continued to compete and fight as you would always expect playing against a New Zealand team.
Yeah, it's just been frustrating. I mean, they've got the chance tomorrow, but
yeah, again, Webster commits a traveling violation.
He's going to have to win by a very, very large margin against Argentina.
Against Angola.
Excuse me, Angola.
It'd be tough to beat Argentina by a very large margin, wouldn't it? That's 21 turnovers for New Zealand. Henry can't corral the rebound. Stoyanovsky with the putback. Number 8, Wojdan Stoyanovsky. Webster. Webster through the lane, scoop shot up and in. So he bisects the 2 defenders, he hangs in the air, and he finishes with a little right-handed scoop.
Well, we've seen it. It's going to be a star, but it's also got to be a smart ball player. I'll try to force it.
Stoyanovsky slices to the basket, so I don't know what the future will bring for Webster. 17, will he go to the United States and play collegiate basketball, or will he stay in his part of the world and try to go pro in Australia or New Zealand?
That's a good question.
Brief chat with the Hawaii coach last night who was here watching Valderocio sit on the bench. And I said, have you heard about this kid from New Zealand, Webster? He says, we know about him. His dad played at the University of Hawaii. Webster.
Yeah. All the Australians tend to go to St. Mary's.
Okay.
Like,
Patrick
Pat Mills and Devin Dove now.
Yeah.
Academic All-American who made the Australian team. Both of them in Australia. Got even more. Maybe the Kiwis go to Hawaii.
His foul is against Truman. He didn't get the memo about going to Hawaii. He went to Alaska.
Yeah, something happened there. It was like the ice fish.
With 1:20 to go. I'm embarrassed to say that I've actually been ice fishing. I'm from New Hampshire, as you know, and that's a hobby in my part of the world.
That's how you guys live.
You just sit there and wait for the flag to pop up. Oh, there's a fish. Let's go get it. Here's Antich. Oh, he gets Pledger off his feet, and the behind-the-back pass goes to nobody. So Sokolov and Nikolovsky are going to come into the game. It's garbage time as Antich will come out. Job done for him. Antic will finish with 17 points. So a good day at the office for Pedro Antic. And Webster passes to the wing.
Or a lot more smiles over there on the bench right now for MKD than last night, I'll tell you that.
Here's a shot which is rattled home by Josh Bloxham. Josh Bloxham is a debutant for the Tall Blacks. His first points at a competitive international.
Back to 20 points.
Stoyanovsky, smooth as you like. The elbow jump shot is up and good. It's a 22-point margin. Pass to low. Can low convert? He can't. Good hustle play. Webster gets it back up top. He tries to wrap around a pass. Blows out of Lowe's reach.
He's too, he's too dazzling. You know what I mean? He's really almost too clever for his own good sometimes. It's quite several turnovers for him. I think 7.
Webster with 7 turnovers. You're exactly right.
Just needs to make the easy play.
He gets his pocket picked. Sokolov with a shot to end it. Stoyanovsky can't finish it off with a rebound. And so game 2 here on day 2 in the 2012 Olympic qualifying tournament is over. The former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia will beat